Welcome to Intuitive Tarot Reading. This is a relationship reading for October, for the collective. Relationship reading for October for the collective. And thanks again to those who are just joining and to those who are returning. Thank you for supporting us. If you are enjoying this channel, the contents are making sense to you, or it's just simply you just love the way that the readings are delivered, or you have feedback on how we can improve the channel, i.e. what would you like to see more of, please let me know in the comment section. We always welcome your feedback. So welcome again. Thank you. Consider subscribing and share this channel with your friends, family, community, those that are wanting to hear content like this, get information. So this is an empowering reading, a reading for self and personal journey, a reading for continuous growth and self-mastery. So now that we've gotten the housekeeping out of the way, we are going to pull Oracle card to find out, to see what the energetics looks like in October. And we will dive into tarot to get more information. And finally, we'll get some messages, guidance messages on how to move forwards. So let's begin. So I'm using the Twin Flame Oracle cards. The Twin Flame Oracle cards to get the energetics. So what's the energetics for October for relationship, for the collective relationship? What's the energetics for October? What's the energetics for October? What's the energetics for October? How are you all doing? So I don't intend to make this reading long. I don't intend to make this reading longer than it is. I just want to make it short, relevant, and you know, for you to get the right information. So this card is flying off the rail. Karma, so karmic. So I feel in relationship there's karmic resolution. Some of you are tied into karmic situations. So this would be highlighted in October from now, actually. So this is a timeless reading. So some of you are tied into karmic situation. You are locking yourself up into karmic situations. So we will get more information on this. Please give me one card, please. One more. And I did say that the cards are falling, and didn't I? Healing the root chakra. Yes. So this is a card for healing. It makes sense. When we are tying ourselves in karmic situation, it's like our foundation is tied to that situation. It's foundational. It's security. So some people are tied into relationships because of security. So they say the root chakra is all about security. It's all about the sense of belonging. It's all about the sense of our personal foundation. So the root chakra is all about physical. What is the physical? It's everything physical. It's the base, it's the root. And it's everything lower dimension when we're talking about the dimensional scale. So it's everything lower dimension. Things that have yet to transcend. Things that we are yet to transcend. the karmic situation. So some people are locked in karmic situation because they have not transcended. They have not transcended the lower realms. They're still down here in the heavy realm of in the heavy realm, just locked in. So we'll get some information. So this is the basis of relationship reading. This is the basis of relationship reading. So let's get some. I feel I just want to use the goddess, the African goddess rising card to get some more information on these energetics for relationship. Give me more on karmics and root chakra karmic. So some of you could also be needing to do some root chakra healing to shake karmic situations off, to get out of karmic situations, be it within yourself or in your relationships with yourself and with other people. So give me more information. Okay. Radical rebirth. Yes. So the radical rebirth. And I feel on a collective level there's radical rebirth going on in relationship dynamics and also happening in individual and personal relationship. Mbuya Nehanda. Radical rebirth. And the energetics for October is really a very intense and strong energetics that is calling for this rebirth, that is calling for the new. So we've got the rebirth in relationship. So watch out for that happening. So that there's a lot happening in relationships. So let's get some tarot around this. Give me more information on the karmic, the rebirth in relationship, radical rebirth in relationships. Give me more information. So I'm going to do this slightly differently. I'm going to pick 3 tarots, right, as an overlay to get more information on the karmic, root chakra healing, radical rebirth. Give me more information. Fearful yearnings. That's the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands upside down. So I feel, wow, all of the Queen of Swords upside down. Indeed, this is what will be coming up. So all of the Queen, thinking with emotions. Okay. All of the Queens, divine feminine. This is the feminine energy. So what they are saying to me is the toxic feminine. Wow. Empty reward. So the unhealed feminine. The unhealed feminine. I feel this is what is happening in the collective. Change the genders around. Again, the divine feminine energy is not about male or female. It is about the energetics, the universal energetics, the energy of creation, the energy of rebirth, radical rebirth. So what is coming up as part of this karmics is highlighting. So what is being highlighted here as part of this karmic root chakra healing, the root chakra, and around the root chakra is where we birth. The root chakra is where it's around that area where we have our creativity, we birth the new. But I feel relationships, this is highlighting the healing, the need to heal those areas, sexual areas, security areas, foundational areas where we are locked into the karmic. I feel this is what the collectives healing. Let me just put this here so it's more obvious. So I feel this is for the collective healing, bringing radical rebirth. So there's radical rebirth that is required here as a result of this karma. So what is coming up? So what are the tarot saying? So the tarot is highlighting all of the queens are upside down. Fearful yearning instead of having that confident ambition. So the fears will be rising. So we are also entering the eclipse season. So this makes sense too with the eclipse season, that a lot of our fears are coming to the surface. A fear of being that passionate, sensual, being our true and authentic self, which is passionate and sensual. All of our deep fears about passion, our deep fear about intimacy with self, our deep fears about being alone, about standing alone. So all of this is coming out in the form of the unhealed divine feminine. So change the roles around. The divine feminine is not about a gender. Males and female, we all have divine feminine energy. So where are we not burning that passion of self, that passion of who we are, that passion of our true authentic self that's needing to be expressed, that sensualness. So this is what is being healed in relationship, is calling out to be healed for October. So there's a lot of fire elements are in this. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So these are all at play. So there are eclipses happening. We are coming to an eclipse season. So yes, there's a lot of root chakra fear where we are still tied in karma. All of this will be coming out because there's a need for radical rebirth. Fear, thinking with emotion. So the Queen of Swords. Again, the Queen of Swords is very astute, very logical, intellectual. But I feel with this, a lot of us are going into emotion where we are supposed to be thinking rationally about relationship matters concerning relationship. There's a need to transcend emotions, the lower emotions. There's a need to transcend that into the higher mind. So the Queen of Swords is the higher mind. So there's a need to tap into a higher mind. So a lot of people are still stuck in that lower survival instinct here. So the energies at play is Libra, Aquarius, Libra, Aquarius. So where are you not being in that higher mind? Where are you thinking with emotion, not thinking? You're not thinking rationally, strategically. So there's a need in October in relationship matters to think strategically rather than thinking with the root chakra, So I feel there's a need to transcend and into the higher mind. So coming out, this is the healing from karmic relationships, karmic situations, karmic behavior, karmic pattern. So there's a need to think strategically about relationship matters when it comes to October. Actually, it is from now. So this is a timeless reading. So some of you might be thinking with emotion. So catch yourself when you are thinking with your emotion in order to make a decision on any matters in relation to relationship, partnerships of any kind, because there's a need for radical rebirth. There is that need to bring in that radical. It's called radical rebirth. This is the goddess Mbuya Nihanda. She's calling for radical rebirth. Okay. So I also feel with the Hanged Man up, I feel that some of, based on these current energetics, I feel like with this card playing out, it makes sense too that a lot of people in this karmic situation are really experiencing empty rewards here. So, or having an empty rewards experience, you know, not fully taking time to really go in and assess situationship matters, and just acting on empty rewards. So I feel some people here, some of you might be, this is a deception basically, looking at the shiny things in relationship only, just focusing on the red flags without knowing that they are red flags. And it's almost like seeing with the tainted glass, here, and not looking at things from a strategic point of view, from the higher mind. So these are all symptoms of being tied in karmic situations that requires healing. So these are all tied to root chakra issues in relation to this karmic bonding. So some of you are in karmic bonding that is needing to heal. This karmic bonding that is needing to heal, because why? There's a radical rebirth that's required in karmic situation. There's a radical rebirth in relationship templates right now. So I am just going to pick out some cards on what the relationships messages are playing during this time of October. So take what resonates, what the relationship cards are playing out, what are they saying about this karmic situation, karmic bonding that is needing to heal. What is playing up in the relationship? So take what resonates in your own personal situation and deal with it. If you are also triggered by this reading, there's a reason for it, because that is, your soul is showing you where you need to heal, what you need to address in your relationship. So this is separation. So I feel there's separation. So as a result of this karmic bonding, this karmic pattern, what is playing up right now is separation. Separation, mental separation, physical separation, emotional separations in relationship. Sadness, yearning, the missing you, thinking about you, the yearning, unsure of the future. So these are all symptoms of karmic patterns, because in truth, so there's a lot of karmic bonding. There's a lot of, as a result of this karmic bonding that's needing to heal, there is separation playing up in the collective. The phoenix rising, new phase. So there's a need for new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, change, growth, change of mind. So these are all parts of the radical rebirth. The phoenix rising is part of the radical rebirth. And also what is playing up is the hammer. So sabotage. So there's some self-sabotage there. That's an indication of the hanged man upside down. Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetition, persistent, working on it. So I also feel like this is a mixed feeling. This is a mixed symptoms of the karmic healing that would be coming up. So take what resonates for your own personal situation. Take what resonates for your own personal situation. So we have, let's replay this energetics for October for relationship. There's karmic bonding. Some people are still tied up in karmic situation that is needing healing at the root chakra. So the basic instinct, the survival instinct, you are fearing that you're going to lose something, or someone is going to leave you, there's going to be a separation, you're afraid of being alone. You know, you're not manifesting because you're not manifesting your relationship desires. So there's a need to heal that root chakra, the root chakra for relationship to elevate to the higher mind. So as a result of this, there's a lot of things at play in October for relationships. Fearful yearning. So this is also an indication of this. Sadness, missing you, yearning, unsure of the future. So there's a need to embrace your inner fire, your inner sensuality, your inner self, your true divine self. So this is also an indication of the unhealed feminine with this card upside down. The unhealed feminine, the feminine energy, not fully accepting, not fully open to our full embodiment, to our full expression as sensual, sexual, intimate beings with passion. So this is the healing. And thus, when we are expressing ourselves in this way, we are expressing ourselves in separation, wanting another to fill our cup, and thus the missing, the sense of separation from self, of course. So these will be the symptoms that are playing up, that are coming up for healing. So we also have the thinking with your emotion, Queen of Swords upside down, where we are just overly emotional and not thinking strategically about our relationship, about what we want, how we want to. We are not expressing ourselves fully in relationship. Instead just being at the root chakra, just expressing ourselves at the root chakra, which is, karmic, still tied to karmic patterns. And the karmic patterns are not seeing the wood for the trees, overly emotional without thinking strategically, seeing through the tainted glass, seeing yourself or others through the tainted glass, and not acting from the higher mind, not acting from the higher mind. But there's the rebirth that's required, the rebirth. I feel there's a new phase, a rekindling, a transformation is required a change of mind, a change of mind from the lower mind, a change of mind from the lower mind and into the higher mind when it comes to relationship matters. So we have the radical rebirth, the goddess Mbuya Nehanda. Radical rebirth is here for relationship, the relationship paradigm. And lastly, the empty rewards, where you are just basing your relationship on empty rewards. I'll wait until someone comes. I will change them. If I can change them, things would work out. Ignoring yourself in the process. If I can change another, something will work out instead of changing yourself. Rewarded sacrifice. Change yourself. Change your mind. Focus on yourself. See things from a different perspective. So this is the work that is needed. This is the work that is needed to stop sabotaging ourselves, to rebuild, to interrogate from the higher minds, to interrogate from the higher minds instead of the emotional minds, right? Instead of the emotional minds. Repetitive behavior, working on repetitive behavior and being persistent, working on it. So, I hope this is of use to you, and if it does, please consider subscribing for more. The readings are meant to be empowering, not judgmental, very empowering and full of action taking. But of course, it is up to you to make the choice. Spirit can only show you what is. We have the choice, that free will choice, to make a decision towards healing and that radical rebirth that we seek, the phoenix rising. And indeed, the phoenix will rise in relationship to those that are doing the work. Until next time, thank you for listening.